My name is Robert Moore, and here's why you can trust the New Testament of the Bible. The New Testament of the Bible is the most trustworthy historical document of all time. Reason 1. Manuscript reliability is determined by textual criticism, which is the method of authenticating ancient historical documents by comparing the copies that have been recovered. To date, archaeologists have recovered 5,686 Greek New Testament manuscripts. That's 4 times more than the next best historical document, the Iliad. Reason 2. There are numerous outside sources that support the historical evidence discussed in the New Testament. Some examples of these include Josephus, a Roman Jewish war leader, Tacitus, a Roman historian and politician, and Suetonius, a Roman historian. Reason 3. There is physical archaeological evidence of people, places, and artifacts that further supports the historical accounts of the New Testament. Counter-argument number 1. One of the arguments against the New Testament's historical accuracy is that the events recorded are a myth because the details do not always line up. There are 4 different books written within the New Testament at different times by different people, all are reporting their accounts of Jesus' life, death, and resurrection. These books are examples of corroborative evidence, which means that they all have different points of views, but then adds credibility to the main themes of the story. Counter-argument number 2. Q-source. The Q-source, also called the Q-gospel or the Q-document, is a hypothetical document that collects the sayings of Christianity's founder, Jesus Christ. It is a fairly new, 1900s, attempt created by a German biblical scholar in an attempt to explain the existence of overlap between the Gospels. There is 0 evidence that has ever been found, not a single manuscript or even early church father who said what the Q-source claims. There is nothing wrong with the idea of the Gospel writers using other writers as sources. Even Luke stated in Luke chapter 1 that he used sources, but this does not necessarily mean that he used a single source as hypothesized by the Q-source idea. Places you can go today that are mentioned in the New Testament. You have the Sea of Galilee, Jerusalem, modern-day Bethlehem, and Capernaum. Conclusion. The New Testament of the Bible is the most trustworthy historical document of all time thanks to manuscript reliability, outside supporting sources, and physical evidence. Even though there are some counter-arguments such as details from the books not lining up in the Q-source, they both can be logically discounted based on the fact that they both have little to no evidence supporting them.